pig holes.
Hello, sir.
Don't make this weird already.
I'm not trying to.
We're just starting.
Just kind of what I usually say.
I was actually half expecting you to start something with a word by the name of FARTS.
What?
Farts.
Farts, okay. Hello, farts.
No, that's how this whole thing started.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to farts echo in the cave.
Okay. I don't hear any right now.
You know what I mean. I was playing all those videos.
I thought it started differently.
No, I think I'm pretty sure I started off just by throwing all those fart videos at you, and you're like, you seem quite amused by the fact that I was so amused by something so simple.
Yeah. So what do you want to talk about with regards to farts, exactly? Did you have a nice farty day?
No, I'm just saying they're funny. And Cole offered to fart more just for my amusement.
Is he doing that?
So far, yes.
Yeah. Really?
I'm not
So he's like holding them in and
I get
farting harder than
well,
usual?
for the longest time he hid them, and now when I guess it's now even a request, but more of like I'll just throw them out there. It's just becoming more apparent how many farts he was probably holding in the entire time, because it's more often than I thought.
Yeah. Some people don't even fart. I'm pretty sure.
I refuse to get that comfortable.
You don't fart?
I do, but by myself.
So where do you do that?
Away. Even if I have to say I'm leaving because I have to fart, I'll say it.
Okay. So like Thanksgiving dinner or something like that?
Yeah, like I'll just go
Like-
do something mysterious in that corner and I'll be back.
Okay. Cool. So how do you feel about dead bodies and where do you want to put them?
Oh my god! That was the sharpest left turn.
That's as sharp as I could do it. But apparently that's something we need to talk about that. I could.
Dead bodies?
Right. So the thing is, where do you put a dead body, right?
There's a lot of locations you can put a dead body. However, there has to be some whip behind it, or else you're going to serve life in prison.
All right. So my thing is like, what kind of body are we talking about? Is it human first of all? Because I don't know. It just says dead bodies.
So a corpse of any kind, species-wise.
I don't know. So I think we should specify if we're talking about
I
where we're
think
gonna put a dead body. Then
I think the more taboo answer would be where we're gonna put a body of a human being, because if you say any number of animal or any kind of animal, there's not gonna raise alarm to that. Now, if I say a human person is dead in my trunk right now and it's decomposing, I need to find a place to put it. That's a lot different than I threw a cat that I found on the side of the road back there, place to bury it.
exactly my question. So, what kind of dead body are we talking about?
Like, did you kill the person yourself? Did you try to save them and it didn't work out, and now you're stuck with the
Or was it
body?
even a person?
What do you mean, was it even a person?
Okay, so for the sake of the question, it is a person, so it's a dead person body, right?
A dead body of a person?
I guess so.
Can we just say corpse of a person?
Corpse of a person. Dead body
Okay.
dead body corpse.
Okay, where
of a
did you
person.
find this corpse?
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's a lot of details that need to be filled out there.
Why are you picking up a corpse that you had nothing to do with? Like, why would you get yourself in that kind of pickle?
Right. So how are you involved in trying to hide a dead body?
If I'm involved trying to hide dead bodies, because I actually committed a heinous act. It's not because I just said, this person deserves to be laid to rest, and I'm really gonna just, volunteer
Okay, so we're
myself.
definitely talking about a human dead corpse body, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
No animal.
Got it. Okay, so what would you do?
Where would I bury it?
Yeah, did you do it or did your friend do it? First of all, I think that's important. I'm not sure.
I guess that is a good question. Did I do it? I think depending on the circumstances, and if I could go back in time when DNA was not like a huge thing, it hadn't come out. So before the 70s.
Oh, now we're talking about time travel. We're not.
Well, you have to, because there's no other way where I would risk myself and try to get away with a murder when this day and age it's very,
Sure.
very hard.
Right.
So I'm going to commit a horrible act. I'm going to do it in a decade or a time where it's more easy or readily available to get away with.
Okay, so you're gonna go back in time.
Yeah, like if you go back to like the Western days,
Sure.
you robbed a bank, as long as you made it out, no one's seeing your face, you pretty much were scot-free. Because the next town wasn't going to talk to the other town.
Oh, that's a good point.
You were pretty much good. So, getting with crimes back in the day, a lot easier. Nowadays, too many people, too many witnesses.
So your thing would be just like, fuck it, a bitch is dead. I'm gonna
DRT.
jump to the next town.
Dead right there.
Right. Cool, man.
I didn't make that up. That's actually used in police work. DRT.
Dead right
That's-
there.
Yeah, dead fucking right there.
I've never heard that before. Is it?
Mm-hmm. It's real.
So they explain that a little
You-
bit.
Dead
You're dead right there.
Yeah,
Well,
DRT. Like they literally will point, be like DRT, dead right there.
So you don't have to worry about it because you're gone.
Well, you don't.
That makes
because
sense.
That person's dead, but
Well, that too. Neither one
yeah.
of
Have
you
you
has
ever
to worry.
smelled a dead body? It's not a pleasant thing, especially the more
Yeah.
decomposed they get.
Yeah, that leads me to what I was thinking on. We are talking about human corpse, right? So they stink, man.
They say if we
That's the
ate
biggest thing.
each other, we would taste like pork is like the closest meat that would come to tasting
Yeah,
like us.
yeah. There have been stories of people that have been in like a battle and going past like places where people are actually burning. It smells like barbecue.
That's fucking gross, but also
Yeah.
hilarious in its own take.
Kind of.
I mean, who would have thought that your fellow coworkers
Yeah.
would smell like barbecue
Well, I don't know.
in a terrible accident?
Hopefully they're grass fed, I guess. I don't
Oh.
know, but yeah,
You know how shit American diets are? There's no way.
true.
You're eating garbage on garbage.
That's
like,
why you get- that's
it's
why you-
like a ribeye with all the fat, no meats.
That's why you got to go for the vegans, man. Vegans go first, man.
Oh, God.
um,
I thought it was the fatties
Yeah.
that went first, not the vegans.
well, I don't know. I guess it depends on your taste.
They're gonna go at first
but
because
I didn't
they're
know
used
we were
to.
going into cannibalism. That's a whole other topic. But we can, sure.
Well, there was like, what was that group of people that like got stranded up in the mountains?
Uh-huh.
It was like a family, and their last name starts with a D.
The Donners.
The Donners,
The Donner
and they
Party, yeah.
ate themselves. Well, they ate each other to
And
survive.
then they grew a taste for it. Yeah.
They grew a taste for it,
Yeah.
like chickens. If you feed them other chickens or blood, they
Yeah,
like
a couple
turn.
of them. From what I understand, I can't proclaim to really know, but that's the story. Like they grew a taste for the
Well, you know,
for
there's
the
still
meat,
cannibalistic tribes around the world,
of course.
and white people are
I
dumb
mean,
enough to
by-
go over
by
there
of
and be
course,
like, "Hey,
yeah.
let me film this." And they're like, "We're gonna eat that dude."
Shut.
Thinking, "Oh no, they wouldn't do that." Yeah, they would. You're new meat. It's like the other white meat to them.
Yeah. Now I was thinking that right off your first one of the first things you said on hiding a dead body is the smell is the dead giveaway, right?
Ha, dead giveaway.
That.
Funny.
Well, I wasn't trying for the pun, but I really wasn't. If that's even a pun, I'm not sure. Whatever. You have to make it not smell, right? So, I was thinking right up the street, there's a wax museum. So you could possibly.
Covered in wax.
Mhm.
That's true. Until it gets really hot, so you gotta find a place quick. In
Yeah,
a
but
cooler time of the year.
it's pretty cool inside, right? So.
Yeah, but once you take it out of said facility where you put it in wax, depending on how cold it is or how hot.
I don't know that much about wax, but maybe we should
Shit
learn.
melts real quick if it gets hot.
Yeah, but
Have you ever seen House of Wax?
It's air conditioned indoors, right?
I know, but if you move the body to get rid of it, so it don't smell, and you gotta make sure it stays cool in the trunk, especially, it's gonna melt,
Yeah,
and then the smell become.
right. That's why you
All
have a
the
lot of
seats.
ice, plastic bags. And
Oh God! You know what you hate? Speaking speaking of bad smells, like when you pick up a blanket and it smells like someone else's ass.
Sure. Dogs love that, though, right? Dogs love fucking human ass smell.
Dogs love anything that smells disgusting.
Exactly, that's the thing. So you have to be worried about like
Just-
like if we're hiding a dead body, the fucking the animals are they're gonna find it before a human would. Right? They're just like yes,
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Yes.
yeah. Then I was kind of thinking,
Give you away so quick. Oh, God.
stop it! You just like rip on the leash and no.
Yeah, you can't have pets around when you try and commit crimes.
Yeah, man, it's kind of tough, dude. It's like, what's over there? Nothing.
Get
Yeah,
away from
you
the
didn't see
door.
shit.
Stop scratching.
Yeah, dogs will give you away. Raccoons, I'm sure, will give you away too.
Shit, that's basically what my cat is a raccoon.
Yeah,
He's just missing the thumbs.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I also thought, I mean, we talked at one point about, you know, well, homeless population, aka bums, right? So.
that is
Oh.
that is the street term they go by.
I've heard this before.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking about this too. If you're trying to hide a dead body, right? So I
You
think
just
that
think
maybe
about a homeless camp because it always
well,
stinks.
kind of. Yes. So maybe you like maybe your best option would be like in plain sight, you know?
What do you mean?
So, like-
Plain sight?
Yeah. So you dress them well.
The dead body.
Yeah, dress them well. Maybe pack them full of like eucalyptus or something, and then like sit them on a church step, you know, and then just wait.
Wait,
It would probably take like weeks.
Why are we doing this experiment? This seems like a lot of work for something that's really just gonna piss me off later.
What?
Why are we even fondling this idea of like somehow propping up a dead bum we found somewhere down by an alley?
No, we're not. No, it's the dead body. We're not propping up the dead
You
bum.
should put him on the church steps.
Yeah,
Why?
because people will just walk right by it most of the time. You know? Maybe they'll give them a little can. Like
Put a little
we-
sign
like
and
we
trick
can have
people.
Bernie's kind of, yeah.
Oh my God! Until they discover it's a dead corpse, and then they cross off the crime tape, and then there goes our profit.
Yeah. But it would probably take a couple of weeks.
Could you imagine?
It would probably take a couple
Someone
of
will
weeks.
report that within a week.
You think?
Yes, especially if you put them somewhere public.
That's probably not something we should try. Just for the record, okay. I guess there's a camera.
I don't think we should try that. I'm not getting in trouble for that one.
Yeah.
What is that charge going to read?
Uh,
Molesting of a corpse?
puppeteering?
They're not going to believe anything
Malicious.
you say. They're going to be like, what are you fucking doing with the body?
Malicious
Especially some random dude you didn't know.
Malicious puppeteering.
And how did he die?
Well,
Why
we-
you
we
care? It was
wouldn't
a
know.
bum. You know he was alive anyways.
Yeah.
Oh. You know, there's a lot of people in
Plausible
like...
deniability, right? Some shit like that.
Well, there's so many missing people they don't even know about. Like, they're probably in canals and shit.
Oh, for
and
sure.
they'll never be found.
For sure. Like, I'll give you one example if you don't mind hearing it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay. I did live in Baltimore, Maryland for a while, and for quite some time, and I did walk over a dead lady. This happened. I did report it, but
Like you stepped over the dead lady?
yes, I was
Okay.
on my way to work and I was late, and I immediately got on my phone and I was like, I think that lady's dead, and I called, but the thing is like that was at like about 3 p.m.
The middle of the day.
Can you imagine how many people just like walked right?
Thought she was like asleep or something.
Mm-hmm.
Passed out drunk. Like, oh, she's just,
Yeah,
fucked up.
sure. Turns out she was totally dead.
Oh my god.
Right on the sidewalk.
Just laying out.
I mean, I love
like
you, Baltimore.
face down.
But yeah, totally out. Yeah.
Was she old or young?
But it's hard to tell. It was a dead corpse. You know,
Well, like hair color, was it gray or was it like still like color in it?
it's all that color.
Okay.
I would put her at about 45, 50.
You think it was a drug overdose?
Most likely, but who knows?
Mm.
I didn't really follow up with that.
I'm sure you didn't, but I mean, there's no obvious like sign of injury or something. She
No,
was just
not at
face
all.
down.
Just,
Yeah, that's probably an overdose.
yeah. That would be my guess.
She partied
That's
way
what
too
I'm
hard,
saying.
and no one was around.
If you really wanted to do it, you could probably put somebody.
See, that's the dangers of like shooting up when you're alone. You always do that at least with a buddy. Like that way, someone usually can call the police.
Yeah, yeah. You always got, exactly. Buddy system.
Yeah, like don't do it sad and alone by yourself.
For sure.
It's already a sad thing to do. Like you're choosing to shoot random drugs in your veins because your life sucks. I
Right.
mean, at least do it safely.
Buddy system.
Buddy system.
Yeah, dude. For sure.
I would.
Pinky swear.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever do drugs.
I mean, I'm not into them. Man.
I would try like peyote maybe.
You know how long it takes like a peyote? What is it? Peyote.
Peyote.
Plant to like the button to even grow is like 5 years.
I know. Well, I want to go to Costa Rica because I watched a podcast with Ron White. I think he was talking to Joe Rogan, but he went down to Costa Rica and did peyote and basically cured himself from drinking. Like he was a huge alcoholic and no longer drinks. So I was like, that's pretty impressive.
Sure. I don't know which is
I'm
worse
open to the
for-
experience.
Yeah. I have not had one myself.
Well, I figure it's safer than doing acid.
Ooh. I don't know. What's that? Yeah. No, I actually don't know. I don't know if it's safer. I think it's milder. Like the Doors, Jim Morrison probably made that seem way more like Native American spiritual trippy than it actually is. I honestly don't know though.
I don't think they made that music without the help of, acid.
Yeah, but I mean peyote.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that you don't just come across. It's not as common as acid.
Yeah.
It's
don't-
grown in a special place
Yeah. In the desert.
in the desert.
In sand. Kind of had to. I don't know. There's salt.
Ew, you know how many people's feet touch that salt
I
that you
do.
just touched?
A lot of people's feet. Yeah.
I bet you some people lick it too.
Like yourself? Or?
No. I've grown from that.
Yeah. You retired from salt licking?
Yeah, I mean, I used to do as a kid, like, we go to the pet store, and when my parents or my mom, whoever I was with, would, like, go around to the other side of the store, I'd go by the bunny cages, and they had these, like, wheel, like, salt licks for the bunnies to put on their
Yeah.
cages, and I would just pick it up and lick it and put it back. Every time I go to the pet store, I just do that. I don't know, for some reason it just tasted good.
Well, it does, man. So you do that, but like for deer. You know?
Yeah, I know, like a little cow salt lick.
For sure,
I'm
dude.
surprised my
Love
family
that
didn't
shit.
give me one. But yeah, I used to do that in the pet store as a kid.
When's your birthday?
I'm
know
an
what I'm
Aquarius, if that...
Fuck yeah, I don't know that shit. You have to ask
Oh,
my
okay.
dad.
February 5th.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, you want to try the next one? What are we doing?
I don't know, what is the next one?
I don't know.
What's
Oh,
your
music.
music?
Yeah, you start that one, dude.
What about music?
I think that's the next one.
Did someone just write down music?
Yeah, that's all it says, man.
Well,
I mean, I got some things to say on it, but I'm not gonna. I'd rather hear you.
Let's see. Actually, the other day I was walking out of my boyfriend's townhome onto the other side of the sidewalk, and his neighbor had pulled up and the door was open, the driver door was open, and they were playing like classical 50s music, and it was just so serene and like beautiful, and it's a kind of genre I don't ever hear anyone play, especially so loudly. And I don't know, I
You
felt
talking
like wherever
polka?
no, it was like just really good, what you expect the 50s music would sound like, just classical, not just instrumental ballroom, but like with lyrics and whatnot. Anyways, they were playing that, and I was so intrigued by their music choice. I was like, wherever they're going, it sounds like they're going somewhere cool. Somewhere I'd want to be. I don't know.
But you don't know where they were going.
No, of course not.
So do you imagine like where they were heading to? Were they like going to the beach with surfboards, or they're going?
I would imagine maybe they're going to like a really cool laid back state park with like trees where you can sit with a blanket underneath and read a book right by the water where there's not a lot of people, that kind of place.
So it was probably like. Now I'm trying to think of what they were listening to. Like.
Probably
Like Buddy Holly or something.
Buddy Holly or like Johnny Tilton,
All right.
something like that.
Nice.
So I don't know. It was just different.
And what did you listen to today?
The same classical 50s music.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I listen to it anyways.
Yeah, I do too. A lot, actually. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get a tiny bit philosophical on that. Like, I think the coolest thing about music is it's really just like connecting, like making patterns. You know,
Yeah.
and I think that like not just humans but animals and really everything down to like flowers, like having like patterns. You know, so it's like a construct. A sensory construct, so
Yes.
things make sense.
It's all connected. Just like how the trees talk through the roots underground. I mean, they make vibrations, they make sounds. I mean, if you think about it, everything's connected
Yeah,
by
you
a
can eat them.
sound, a rhythm, a pattern.
Yeah.
It's all identified by something, whether it's connected by sound, movement, hearing. I mean, it's really infinite, but also terrifying because you think about it, all that in this huge planet, but in this huge galaxy, like, we're literally nothing.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, for sure. Dog means God, and God means dog, and all that stuff. I'm not trying to get too trippy on it, but like, but you, when it comes down to it, I don't know. That's always been my appeal with it. It's like making like a. Everyone wants to be able to kind of make sense out of their environment, and I think music can give you a path to doing that.
It's a way to connect.
Whether or not you're sharing the listening process or you're creating it or whatever. Like, it's
That's true.
Like you're just like this, you know. Well, now this is a square. Yeah. So you've been able to do something. I don't know. Not trying to get too. I took the peyote apparently.
Whatever. Those brownies you brought probably have weed in it.
They do. They do not. What's the mystery one, Dad? Oh, we already did that one. Where to hide a dead body?
Who the fuck wrote that
I
one?
have no idea. I would like to know.
I want to say Taylor.
Does that look like her handwriting?
I don't know.
Oh.
Could be Veronica. What did it say?
Vaginas.
Oh!
All right. So these are mystery topics, by the way, in case you guys don't know. This one is especially, but apparently we're talking about vaginas now. So I feel like you should probably start. I don't know. I could, I guess, but.
I mean, I feel like you've seen more than I have.
There's a good chance.
I think you have.
There's a good chance.
I would hope so, at least.
Yeah, but I also don't really want to start this stuff. Like,
Oh, would it make you more comfortable if it was about wieners?
not really, man. We're talking about specific body parts. So
The egg hole.
yeah, totally. Egg holes, dude. And also, what kind of vagina are we talking about?
Hopefully
I
one.
assume human.
Please don't start this again. I don't want to talk about animal vagina. Please, God.
I don't really want to.
They're
either.
gonna start thinking that we're into some bestiality.
Yeah, well, I think they'd be wrong, but I am intrigued by why people would be.
PETA's gonna come after us, be like, "You leave those animals alone."
Well,
Mostly everyone's got a vagina. Most everyone has come out of one at one point
Right.
to get here. Then again, there are some laboratory babies which they don't want us to talk
Yeah.
about and or know. But here we are,
yeah,
test tube babies, born without a belly button.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just watched the show recently, and you never. I mean, I don't. I can't totally vouch for it, but there are some species of animals that are male and then female, and vice versa. So, like, all right, follow me here.
All right.
Whoever is trying to.
I'll put my seatbelt on
Alright.
for this one.
So let's go with parrotfish. All right, they've got big chompers. They've got like 1 million teeth in their heads, mouths, and they will go from male to female depending on what's needed for like the fish environment.
Depending on what's around.
Yeah,
as
so
a
they're like
choice.
they'll drop like their ovaries and grow testes, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. Someone will probably
Interesting.
correct me on that. I'm sure at some point. But and then you have seahorses, right?
Right, where the male carries the babies and gives birth to them.
There's that, and then you have hyenas.
Oh my god, are you about
And
to say...
Hyenas have the females have dicks.
No, really?
Yeah.
Asexual. Not asexual.
No, they give birth through their fucking dick holes.
No, they do not.
They do.
I'm gonna look that up because I do not believe you
The
for a
female hyenas give birth through their dick holes.
second. They do not.
Yes, they do. They got full-on dicks, dude.
You know, it's funny you say that because
They got kind of fake dicks, but
when I was a kid, one time...
what they do?
Wait, hold on. Two female hyenas.
Give birth through their dick holes, man. And the first one usually doesn't survive because, they gotta stretch it out.
Shut up, Steven. That doesn't even make sense.
I know.
I feel dumb just typing this in. Like, so dumb.
Well, I'm laughing like a hyena right now.
Abstract.
It's totally real, man.
What the fuck?
I had to look it up too.
Oh, it is true.
Yeah, dude.
Just like a giant clit that looks like a wiener, basically.
it's
it's
a-
like being an Asian man.
It's a big ass clit.
Big ass
But
clit.
but they give birth through it.
Dude.
That's gotta be rough, dude.
Speaking of that, so when I was a kid, my dad told me that hyenas laugh the way they do at such a high pitch because they could basically mate themselves, like have sex with themselves and basically reproduce.
Well, it kind of makes sense.
It does kind of make sense now that they're giving birth through the fucking pee hole tip.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I learned that last night, dude.
No.
You learned it right now.
You know
How
what
you
we...
feel?
You know what we need to do
What?
is next podcast do a. I need to get the game with like, pick your poison, which is Would You Rather. And there's some good ones on there.
Sure.
That would be good.
This is just the first one.
I know. Just an idea.
Down.
Would you rather?
Oh,
And then get, like-
vaginas. We're
and then, like, get
talking about
people-
vaginas. So what
Oh,
about
yeah.
vaginas, man?
Oh. I don't know.
What you want to talk about?
Not all vaginas are created equal, that's for damn sure.
They're not what?
They're not all created equal.
They're
They're all different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some scare me, some don't.
Okay, I think we can end on that. Some scare me and some don't do.
Some are bothersome to look at, some are appeasing to the eye. You've never
So what kind of vagina do you not like looking at?
one that's not well maintained. And has
Do you have to have them close up in your face? Or what? You don't have to?
I can
Are you
look from-
waxing vaginas now?
I can look from afar and tell. It's like after
Oh.
working at the jail for so many years, I could look at someone as they came through the door and know if they smelled bad or not by just looking at them.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, you could just look at them in the face and be like, you haven't, like, cleaned your pussy all day. Like, it's like rock bottom pussy.
And then you're worried about, like, am I going to catch something if I breathe your air? Or...
Oh my gosh, I hate when people sit down and their hair stinks from their pants.
Yeah.
Oh my god, also I just have to say, if your butt stinks through your pants, you should go to the hospital.
Oh, sure, man. Yeah. Well, it's an early rule for me is like if you have to wipe your butt to get the toilet paper like clean, so like there's not like brown on the toilet paper more than 3 times. 3 times the rule. Then you need to take a fucking shower. Right?
What about those wet wipes?
Well, no, I'm talking about dry wipes, man.
I'm talking about using a wet wipe after the dry
Oh, man,
wipe.
I've never liked that shit, man.
What about just getting a
Not into
bidet so you don't have to take a fucking shower? Get a little get one of those like sprayers from Amazon that's like a mist and spray like some soap mist on your crack and then wash it down with a bidet.
Sure. I mean, I'm into it, but that takes a lot of like, I don't know, man.
I feel
I'd
like
rather
that's-
have the excuse to go take a long shower.
That depends on how much time you have though. What if you have to go quick? So then the bidet comes in handy
Right.
also for a quickie,
Well,
Just a little
surfing's for that too. Just jump in.
Please don't use the ocean as your fucking personal wet wipe.
What? No, like the entire ocean does that anyway.
I know, it's a giant
You wanna
toilet.
You wanna go reprimand a fucking whale or something?
That's their place they live. We
Yeah,
don't
that's
live
true.
there.
I don't know.
Why are we wiping our
kinda-
asses
kinda
in
do.
in their oxygen?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
We're literally wiping our asses with their fucking way of living.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
water is to us.
Well,
We're a disgusting species.
well, of course, but I think that everyone is. Yeah. I mean, all
I
the
think we're the
species are.
worst.
I don't know, man. I think ultimately we're kind of the. I don't know. Like nature is cruel when it comes down to it. It doesn't really care about what survives and what doesn't. But I think humans.
Darwinism.
Humans
It
that
sorts itself out.
yeah. Humans
Whereas
at least
us-
have a little like compassion.
We have too much empathy. I feel like
Probably.
we save way too many lives. Like just let nature take care of itself.
Yeah, we can't do that though. Huh?
Yeah.
So I was talking about the wax museum,
Yes.
and I think that that's a pretty good one. Also, fake bum on the street. Do you have any other thoughts on where to hide a dead body?
Kansas.
Kansas.
Great state. No
Fuck
one
yeah.
fucking goes there.
All the dead bodies are going to be showing up in Kansas from now on. And I'm pointing over here.
They're gonna have to look past the one tree in that entire state.
Also, that's another thing.
Southeast of the one tree.
Ah, man, don't mess with Kansas too much, man. They'll come for you. Man. That's a
Well, that's why the
like
tornadoes run rampant there. There's no fucking trees to slow
Yeah,
them down.
That's a police state for sure.
Yeah, it's only police because Colorado's right next door and people are taking the weeds over the border.
Yeah.
Which, if
I
I
mean,
lived in
I've heard of
Kansas, I'd be
that.
taking weed over the border too. You have to have something to do in that state.
Arrest
It ain't,
people.
it ain't going to use
You
the
play
Wizard of
vol-
Oz Museum 600 times. That's all.
Is there a
that's in that
wax
state.
museum in Kansas?
There probably is in the Wizard
Shit,
of Oz
yeah,
Museum.
Bingo. So inside of the Tin Man, that's where you put the dead body.
That is too much work to stuff that thing in
Yeah,
there.
that is a lot. You're right. Yeah. Comes down to it. Just buy a couple of coyotes or
Just
adopt
throw it
them.
in the dumpster out back behind the museum. No one's gonna know the difference.
Yeah.
No one visits there. Like who's
Not
like,
really.
let's just stop here. Said no,
No.
one ever.
No.
I'd rather stop the yard, like the world's
I
biggest
did go
ball
to
of yarn.
Kansas City once, but that's not in Kansas.
I know, it's not funny.
Yeah, hilarious.
Either way, I hate driving through that whole entire place.
Me too.
And then
I skip it.
Kansas part of
I,
Colorado.
I totally
Fucking
skip it.
hate
I go to Amarillo and I go to the.
I would drive through
I go
Texas
to the
again.
big Texan dude, and I never tried that challenge, but
I could not. But I admire
72
someone who
ounces,
can.
man.
Oh my god.
I'm
I'd
getting
be like
hungry.
bent over crying because it hurts so much from the pain. Don't throw salt at me.
That's foot salt, man.
Jeez, it's like, oh my gosh, remember It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Gail the snail?
Yeah.
Like, throw salt on her to get her to go away.
Totally.
Some garbage pail cousin.
Gail Snow.
Gail the snail.
All right, man. I'm out mostly because I have to pee.
Okay.
All right.
This is gay.
So what?